All right, welcome back, friends. Today I have for you something a little bit different. We're actually just going to walk through sun salutations today. So, sun salutations are probably something that you've done in various classes. They're often something used to traditionally open a class, or at least near the beginning, to get your energy up, get heat moving through your body. It's a very traditional sequence to put in any yoga class. You have sun salutation A, B, and actually C, although C is fairly uncommon. But we're actually just going to walk through all three of those today. We'll take each one first slow, explaining each of the poses, and then we'll take it through fast at a normal pace where you have one breath to each movement. And that is your sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. So we'll start with A. We'll come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. Find yourself in mountain pose, feet planted firmly on the ground, hips width apart. Shoulders over hips, over ankles, pressing evenly through your feet. Arms extended at your side, palms forward. Shoulders rounded back, not hugged up towards your ears. Gazing forward or slightly down. With some gentle engagement here, not just standing relaxed. Mountain pose. So, sun salutation A, we begin here. Inhale, sweep your arms up over your head, extended mountain, reach nice and tall, and gaze through your fingertips. Exhale, keeping your spine nice and long, hinge at your hips, and fold forward. Bringing your hands to the mat or to your shins. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins if they're not already there. Rise up and lift halfway with a long spine. Trying to get your spine nice and straight, maybe level with the ground. The point is just nice and long spine. From here, exhale, hinge back into your hips. Plant your hands on the ground. If your knees are bent in any of your forward folds, that's all right. Step or hop back into a downward facing dog. From here, you'll inhale, bring your hips down and your shoulders forward over your wrists for a high plank. If your chaturanga is in your practice, you'll lower down here. If not, you can bring your knees to the mat and lower down. Chaturanga, if you don't know, is that same lowering motion, just with your knees off the mat. It's a yoga push-up. From here, keeping your hands where they are, they should be roughly under your shoulders. Rise up. Often, you'll begin just in cobra, or you may rise all the way up into an upward-facing dog. Full expression of upward-facing dog would have your legs off the mat, just the tops of your feet pressing into the mat. From here, either one at a time or rolling over your toes, flip your toes and bring your hips up and back. Find yourself back in your downward-facing dog. Here, this time, you'll take a few breaths, usually 3 to 5, in your downward-facing dog. Typically, this is a static pose, but I always welcome movement in your down dog if that's what feels right. On your next inhale, send your gaze to your fingertips. Exhale, slowly walk up, stepping your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, come back to that halfway lift position from before, nice and straight and long through your spine. And exhale, fold forward all the way down, bending in your knees if you need. Next, we'll press firmly into our feet, all 4 corners of both feet, slowly rising up, sweeping your arms around your sides, all the way up to extended mountain, gazing through your fingertips, reaching nice and long and tall. Exhale, sweep your hands back down to your sides. Find yourself back in mountain pose, and you've completed sun salutation A. Great job. So we'll take that, like I said, one more time now. At a more typical speed, 1 breath per 1 movement. So just like before. Inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Inhale, hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or lower your knees and lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, flip your toes, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, gaze toward your fingertips. Exhale, walk or jump your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, hands to shin, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pressing your feet into the mat, sweep your arms up, rise, extended mountain, reaching tall, and exhale, hands to side or through heart center. Back to your mountain pose, sun salutation A. Give yourself a little shake out, and we'll get ready and move right on to sun salutation B. Now, there are 2 main differences in a typical sun salutation B. First of all, you'll be incorporating chair pose. So that is bending at your hips and knees as if you're leaning to right about to sit in a chair. And we'll also be including a crescent lunge later into the sequence. So just like before, I'm going to take you through it first, explaining anything new, and then we'll go through at a more typical pace. Everything that's the same from sun salutation A, we'll take it at that quicker pace, 1 breath per movement. So finding yourself back in your mountain pose, grounding evenly through all 4 corners of both feet. Shoulders rolled back, gently engaging through your whole body. We'll get ready for our extended mountain, except the change here is it's actually going to turn into an extended chair. So inhale, sweep your arms up over your head, and at the same time, bend through your knees and your hips to find chair pose, nice and long and tall through your spine, reaching through your fingers, gazing forward or up through your fingertips. Chair pose, as if you're about to sit back in your chair. And exhale, plant your hands, come into your forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Now from here, you're going to inhale your right foot up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, crunch your knee into your chest and step your foot between your hands. You might need to do some little shimmying with your toes, adjust your stance, find your way into your crescent lunge feet. And when you're ready, rise up, bring your hands up, gazing forward or through your fingertips. We have crescent lunge. We're only going to stay here for 1 breath in our regular speed sun salutation. We'll take a couple breaths here now. When you're ready, exhale, hinge forward, plant your hands on the mat, framing your right foot, and send your right foot all the way back, coming into your 3-legged dog again before returning to downward facing dog. Now here, just like in A, inhale, come forward to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now we take our crescent lunge on the left side. So inhale, send your left foot up and back. Exhale, bend your knee, crunch up to your chest, plant your left foot down, find your footing, rise up, crescent lunge. So your right leg now is extending long behind you, ball of the foot on the floor. Left leg is bending. Reaching nice and tall, Gazing forward or up through your fingertips, crescent lunge. When you're ready, exhale, hinge at your hips, frame your foot with your hands, sweep your left leg up and back, three-legged dog, and return downward facing dog. Here's where we spend our 3 to 5 breaths. Pressing into your palms, press the mat away. Engaging all the way through your long spine. Reaching your heels towards the mat. It's okay if they're not there. On your next inhale, gaze towards your fingertips. Exhale, step or jump your feet up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, but this time coming back to that chair pose, so bending into your knees and your hips, reaching nice and tall with your hands straight back. And exhale, bringing your hands down at your side, back to your mountain pose, sun salutation B. Beautiful. We're going to take it once through at a full speed. So in your mountain pose, inhale, sit back, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch your foot up between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold back forward, frame your foot with your hands. Inhale, sweep your right foot back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it back to the mat. Inhale, rise forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, flip your feet, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left foot this time up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch it forward, step it between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Inhale, sweep your left leg back, three-legged dog. And exhale, return it to the mat, taking a few breaths in your downward facing dog. Shifting your gaze to your fingertips. Step or hop or jump your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up through your extended chair pose, not all the way up. And then exhale, returning to mountain pose. Great job. How'd that feel? That is your sun salutation B. Now finally we have sun salutation C. Now this is not one that I see very often, but it's still a great sequence to practice. So once again, we'll start back in our mountain pose, firmly planted on the ground, gently engaged. Inhale, sweep your arms up, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, and this time, step your right leg back, bringing your knee down for a low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Here's our low lunge. We'll stay here for longer than normal again. Now you want your knee roughly over your ankle, not coming forward over your toes. Reaching up nice and long and strong, maybe gazing up through your fingers. Gently pressing your hips down towards the mat. If you need some extra padding under your knee, as always, you can fold something up, even fold up your yoga mat to give yourself some extra padding. When you're ready, you'll exhale your hands to frame your left foot, curl your right toes, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come through to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, flipping your toes. Come back to downward facing dog. This time, inhale your right leg up. Exhale, crunch it. Send it between your hands. Bring your left knee down. Inhale, rise up to your low lunge on your other side. Now exhale, plant your hands back on the mat. Flip your toes. Step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze at your fingertips. Walk your feet up. Rise, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing through your feet, rise all the way up. Extended mountain. Hands come down. Great job. Now, sun salutation A and B are very, very even on both sides. For sun salutation C, since you enter into your low lunge from different ways on each side, it's great to always do sun salutation C in pairs and even yourself out starting on the opposite foot. So as we go through the second time at a faster pace, we will do the opposite side first. Got this. So in your mountain pose, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, this time, stepping your left foot back long, bringing your knee down. Inhale, rise up through your low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, flip your toes. Inhale, sweep your right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant it back on the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up and back. Exhale, crunch it forward, plant it down, right knee comes down. Inhale, rise up for your low lunge, sink your hips down. Exhale, plant your hands, flip your back toes. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot back down, downward facing dog. Great job. Take a few breaths here. Pressing the mat away. When you're ready, send your gaze to your fingers. Walk or jump your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press up, sweep your arms. Extended mountain, reach tall. Exhale, hands back to your side or at heart center. Surya Namaskar, A, B, and C. Now these are all things you can practice on your own, on their own, or at the beginning of any of your practices, or they're just sequences that you will often see in various yoga classes. I hope this helped, walking through each of them one by one. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. Namaste.